Maybe I'll start the show today standing. Bam, we're live. This mic, if I'm not close to this mic, you can't hear me good, huh? Right? As soon as I back away.
Yeah,
I don't think the one at home in my studio is not like that. I think I kind of like it.
That you're that close? Okay.
I like this.
Good morning, Jessica, Vindicate, Corey, Bruce. Good morning. Sorry, I just started jamming in with you, dude. I just.
Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
The Circle, Part 5.
Good morning. If I told you, if I tell you that Avi and Ari and Joseph are my sons, what I'm telling you is that I put my penis inside of a girl and I ejaculated in her, and that semen mixed with her eggs, and then she gave birth to those kids. That's what it means that those are my sons. It's a signifier. That word is a signifier for that. If I told you Caleb was my brother, you would assume that the same man, by definition, if that word has a definition, you would assume that the same man and woman had intercourse, penis, vaginal intercourse, and that him and I were both birthed from that woman. Those are what words do. And then if later on you found out that Caleb wasn't my brother, that actually he was maybe adopted, or that maybe he has a different father or a different mother, you would know that I lied to you. And you would spin a story that made it so that you could accept that lie. But for some reason, some lies bother you and other lies don't. And so when you take the stand that you don't like people who are lying, and yet you have wiggle room in what it means when someone lies to you, and when it doesn't, you have wiggle room for it. The truth is that you don't care if someone lies to you or not. You shouldn't be upset at them. It's something inside of yourself. For some reason, some lies bother you and some lies don't, because of some other story you're telling yourself. And that story comes from a false sense of yourself, of who you think you are, of who you think of what you deserve, of who you think I, when you use the word I. I'll give you another example. If Sousa were to tell you a story today about how his car broke down, it wouldn't bother you too much. On a 1 to 10, you might feel a little bad for Sousa. It might be a 1 or a 2. But if it was your car, all of a sudden it would go up to an 8 or a 9, because for some reason that word matters. That matters because it's happening to you. And so when you think you're mad at the Liver King because he lied, you are lying to yourself. You are a liar. I know that. You're not using words correctly and you're lying to yourself. And so now you are the liar. Because the truth is, you've told yourself that story for some reason. You are so important. You've decided when it's okay that people lie to you and who they don't lie to you. And so then you spin another story. Oh, but it's because he was selling stuff. And you keep spinning stories around that so that you don't have to look at yourself.
I knew you were going to pick that comment.
For some reason, it matters. You spin the story. When I decided, when you want the world to be funny, you spin stories that are funny. The truth is that when I walked into that bathroom the other day and I saw that guy sitting on the stall with his legs wide open in Newport Beach? The truth? You want to know the truth? I was ecstatic. I was fucking tickled.
got a little excited.
Yeah, I was because it's a story for my podcast where I get to pretend like I give a shit. We're not on LK. We're trying to get to the truth. I'm going to show you a clip later on today where Candace Owens calls something evil, and it's just words like that. They're just lazy words. You don't want to get to the truth. It's when you're trying to get on a team to spin a reality that's not true that other people on, so it holds more merit. We all do it all the time. Just spinning stories to try to hold down our identity. No, it wasn't hard, but I was like, oh, this is going to be some good shit. This will give me 10 minutes of chatter on my podcast. Oh, wait, that's the thing, Riley. We never had to be over it because we were never on it. See that, like, whatever, right? It just is. It's just stories. Good morning, Corey.
That's what I did when you dropped off.
Look how wide that stance is Corey has. There's those people that do that. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Look how wide that is. I don't squat that wide.
Oh, it's different for everybody.
Sometimes I wonder if that's why my back is I think my back might prefer that, a wider squat.
You have a great squat though.
Thank you.
Seen it.
At my very first L1, I remember Nicole Carroll coming over to me and going, holy cow. And then she went over and grabbed Greg. It was when Greg did all the lectures. She's like, look at his squat. I didn't chub up, but I felt good. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The same thing happened at my L1, but it was the reverse.
Oh, really? Who cares? You put 100 pounds more over your head than I did. I wish I had a shittier squat and I could put over 300 pounds over my head.
And it was funny because I thought like I moved really well just because I was like the fastest one at the gym at the time. And I had like just started my journey of like CrossFit from the evolution from like the backyard into an actual affiliate. Yeah. And I was like, saved my tax return when it got mail one. I was like, I'm going to be the star when I walk in. They're going to be like, look at this talent. And then I get there and it was trash.
Just get
and I was in the center every time for every movement. Yeah.
What year was that? When did you do your L1?
2013. I had Jason Khalipa, Neil Maddox, Pat Barber, and Miranda as my staff. Talk about an awesome group.
Jason was funny when he taught the L1s.
Oh, he was awesome. And that was when they still allowed Fran.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Yeah.
In the beer social. I don't know if they do the beer social anymore.
Wow, I do remember the beer social.
Yep.
I have good news for you guys. If you go to California Hormones, cahormones.com, and you punch in the code Sevan, you'll get a free doctor's consultation. If you're in California, you can get your blood work for free. You can. And if you are out of state, you can get your insurance to get your blood work. The bad news is, and it's not bad, but there's been a temporary hiatus on those beautiful boxes that they would send out that had the needles fully loaded. Mm-hmm. There's just been a stop on those for some production reason. They're still sending out, obviously, the medication, but it just comes in a different form. But they will get back to those boxes. So if you sign up now, be patient. You'll go the old school way. I think the way Gary Roberts got it, where it's just in a vial with the needles. And then eventually they'll get back to the boxes. They just had a production issue. Mm-hmm. So they're just doing some quality control, QC.
There you go.
QC on it.
They still have the beer social at the L1.
Oh, they do. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sevan, are you ever going to send me that mouse pad with my name on it? Probably not.
And that was actually my fault because last time I was at your house, I was like, oh, I'm taking all these so I could mail them to the right people. And then I forgot them on the couch. But when you get back from Newport, I'll come over and I'll grab them and I'll mail them out to everybody. All right. Along with Hunter's gimbal. I got to mail that out today. Sorry, Hiller.
So Hunter was telling the truth. It's an old shoebox now. Yeah, maybe when Hunter got it, he didn't get the shoebox. Maybe that's how he knows. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I saw Ryan Fisher yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you go like hang out with him, or was it accidental?
No, it was on purpose. I had called him to one of our mutual friends needed some gym equipment, and I had called him, and I knew he was in the area, and he has that gym out here called Chalk, sexy gym, very sexy gym.
Yeah, it's a cool
and
gym.
Where's Lauren Khalil? I don't know. In bed? I don't know. Not my bed, but I mean someone's bed, her bed.
Hustling, queen of hustle.
Yeah, she's probably making a video. It was cool. I really enjoyed hanging out with him. We hung out for about an hour and a half, and then he said he has an indoor trampoline at his house, and he said it's really remarkable. It's worth seeing. He said I could bring my kids over to jump on it, so I might try to do that today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not that kind of chalk. CHALK. What were you gonna say, Souza?
No, I was gonna ask if is he close by? Does he?
Dude, he rode his bike over to. I met him at Dory's.
Dory's.
I
told you about that time I went to Dory's wearing the CEO shirt when it was just Hiller and I out there, and I got up early and walked down there, and then the guy was like, "Oh, where's our buddy?" referring to you, like recognized me from the shirt, and then realized that I was with you last time we were there.
I feel almost like a regular there. Like there's guys who sit at the bar in the morning who say hi to me.
They get going early down there at that bar sometimes.
Yeah.
He cruise down there on a Tuesday.
A guy named Mark. I've chatted with him a bit, and we always fist bump. It's kind of nice. I like community.
Yeah.
The thumbnail I made that had like Dave Castro reaching his hand to like help Justin LoFranco out of the toilet, or depending on how you look at it, setting him gently into the toilet. I'm waiting to see what's up with the headline so I can continue hustling.
How did I know she was listening? It's a great photo of her.
That's what I thought.
That would be like LinkedIn status if it was just tilted the right way.
And then it shows, and then the picture continues to show. Oh, by the way, I'm assuming it's Will Brandstetter. I'm spending all this time on Canva making thumbnails and that I think are fucking amazing. And then I go back and look, and my thumbnails are down. And Will is very particular. He's very particular.
I tried to do the same thing.
That's the problem when you have an all. Down. Oh, really? You make them and Will just stomps on them?
Yep, every time.
The youngest guy in the group, the most opinionated. That's the problem when you don't pay anyone. You can't, like, I can't be like, Will, why'd you take my shit down? Oh, there it is. So here you have what's going on at the Morning Chalk Up, and I went over and like I went on Google and I pulled the Morning Chalk Up logo, and then that was a show Lauren did with Patrick, Tommy, and Brian, and I thought that was funny, and I just put X's through them because they're gone, and then I put the crown over Lauren's head because to me she's the king and the queen over there, all of it. She's the entire fucking monarchy.
Yep.
At the Morning Chalk Up, and then I just found a picture of Justin LoFranco he was sitting down and shaking hands with Dave, and I just thought it would be funny to put that in the toilet bowl. You know what? I almost didn't do that because I thought it was mean, but then I was like, you know what? I had an advisor tell me, Andrew Hiller, tell me, just go with it. Just go with your first idea. Don't be afraid. Don't be a pussy. Andrew's like, don't overthink it. Just make it. Here's what I'm tripping on, and I have not. I actually was thinking about calling Lauren to ask her what and Brian yesterday what they think is going on, because I'm sure that they know. But I see that in those, I think those are the only two people. I guess I could have called Patrick Clark. I don't think I know anyone else who works there. I'm not a fan of the guy who's taken over there. I think he's woke. For those of you who don't know what that means, just go back and watch the last 100 shows we've done.
Good definition there.
I'm tripping because Justin's vanished from the scene. First of all, Brian. First, I think Tommy left. I think the proper order is Tommy Marquez left. And I thought he was like really. I thought he was the guy over there. like the most senior guy. Like basically, he was their Tucker Carlson, right? Their Don Lemon. Yeah, let's use Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
He was their Don Lemon.
Okay.
He was their token Mexican. And then he left, and probably not even probably. I think it's fair to say that he was the most forward-facing person that they had, meaning everyone knows who he is in the community. I mean, he probably is one of the most senior guys, or one of the guys who's worked on the CrossFit Games more than anyone. He has the Talking Elite Fitness show. I don't know if I would call it a podcast, but it's definitely a show podcast, like, one-stop shop for things CrossFit, a lot of game stuff. He's with Sean Woodland, who I think it's more than fair to say is the voice of CrossFit. And he left, and I don't ever remember getting a reason why he left, but he left, right? And there's this saying in the business that people don't leave jobs, they leave people.
Very true.
I think it's pretty fair. It's at least at the 51% line of truth, and maybe 99%. And I don't think Tommy got pregnant and left. Although the woke crowd is capable of anything. These things, they transcend all of they're like sorcerers. They can do whatever they want. So Tommy leaves, or is fired, or something happens, and I don't know what happened. I heard that his podcast was purchased by another company called Hamilton Road. For those of you who don't know what Hamilton Road is the production company that is contracted to do a lot of events. I believe they just did the Legends event. It's owned by a gentleman named Charlie Doobie, who I used to work with. I could do a whole I wonder if Charlie would come on this show.
No relation to the Doobie brothers? No,
but I truly one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Like really, really. There's not one. I can't think of one negative interaction I ever had with Charlie, or even okay interaction. They were all like positive. He's the kind of person you talk to and you walk away and you feel better. He's a cool dude.
He's good people.
And he may have even started at CrossFit Inc. as an intern and then ended up just being a powerhouse. I mean, the guy is eminently capable, reliable. Everyone likes him. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about him. Ever. Everyone loves him. And so I heard that, I actually heard that, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Talking Elite Fitness was actually purchased and folded up into that company. So maybe it went something like, maybe, ding dongs.
Maybe
it went something like, hey, I'm going to hire Tommy and Sean, bring them on as employees. And in that deal, I now own Talking Elite Fitness, something like that. Lauren is always up. Then the rising star and arguably one of the biggest needle movers that comes on this podcast, when he comes on, those game shows do fantastic. Brian Friend came on, Brian Friend left the Morning Chalk Up, and he had been going. He was pulling off something kind of remarkable because he could go anywhere, right? He was the reporter. He was, which was cool. He could go anywhere. He could come on my show. He could come on the Morning Chalk Up. He could come on Talking Elite Fitness. He could go on Chase's show and Bill Grunler's show, get with the programming. And I know Brian, and I don't think I'm revealing too much when I say this, but he consciously wanted to maintain a status where he was in good graces with everyone, because he put his desire to speak about the games and speak about CrossFit ahead of everything, right? So if you ever ask Brian, hey, what's going on over here? He'd be like, hey, dude, I'm purposely trying not to know. Like if it was some sort of drama.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be like, hey, I heard so-and-so, I heard Lauren Khalil's pregnant over at the Morning Chalk Up. He'd be like, I'm purposely trying not to know. I just made that up. I'd never heard that she was pregnant.
Also a rumor.
Yeah, also a rumor. An example, an IE or EI.
Yeah. Example. Maybe.
And so Brian leaves, and in the space of us us being Get With the Programming, Talking Elite Fitness, the Sevan Podcast, the Morning Chalk Up, Bar Bend, Barbell Spin, anyone. Brian was, it would be an understatement to say he was a superstar and eminently capable. You could just have him on and just roll with him. So he leaves, which is really weird. Why would you let that guy go? Let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. There was one other thing the interesting thing that happened in there. I think it was probably after Tommy left, and I had started courting Lauren Khalil to come on to the Sevan Podcast. I was trying to figure out. I had her on this show, pretending like I wanted her as a guest, but really I just wanted to meet her and see if how we get along. And it was awesome. It was like with being with Andrew Hiller. I basically just tried to haze her a little bit, see how'd she hang, and it was like nothing. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh shit, this chick's cool.
She's awesome.
And
I've been lucky to spend time with her. She's great.
And I even remember I got the team together. There's like 6 of us, and I said, hey, what do you guys think about if I try to get Lauren to start making not take her from the Morning Chalk Up, not by no means, but just have her make content for us. Somehow figure out a way where it would be beneficial to her to make content on the Sevan Podcast. That was what was going through my mind. And the team said, hey, we're not sure if she's the right fit. And then we decided that's why she is the right fit after we talked it out, because she is so different than us. That it's basically like, it's like Sousa's beanie. It just doesn't work, but it adds texture to the show. But it adds texture to the show. No, I'm out of the. No, I'm out of the courting phase. I'm just in a holding pattern with Lauren. I'm watching from afar. I've gone up to I'm like a turkey vulture now. I'm just circling now. Just circling.
We're just in hopes.
Yeah. I'm just circling. She's one of many I'm hoping will fall dead in the field so I can eat. Like I'm just a turkey vulture circling over the field now, back at the 30,000-foot view. Lauren's just another squirrel in the field running around. I'm wondering if she's going to go down so I can get the cadaver.
Hey, she was different. The one thing she did have in common was the discipline and hard work aspect of it. No one can deny that. Yes.
Oh,
thank
savage.
you, Allison.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that. Well, dude, I don't know if I've ever seen her husband without a beanie. Just so you know.
Oh, so it's a biased opinion, you're saying?
Extremely biased.
Okay, I'll take it either way.
Yeah, and obviously that was the thing with Lauren. I never saw her seem. I mean, her in front of the camera work was amazing, and I never see her. It just seemed flawless. And I know she's interviewed some people who are really hard to interview, and I watched a bunch of her stuff, shitloads of her stuff, and I basically plagiarized off of her. And then her cadence was insane. I was like, and that's really what I look for. I'm just looking for people who have insane cadence. All I want is just work ethic. I just want people who want to be here and grind. I was like, oh, this chick obviously just wants to create CrossFit shit.
Yeah.
Sure as fuck ain't doing it for the money.
Super passionate about it.
Yeah. And I was hoping, this is getting too much into the details, but that if she came over here, I could lure her into doing other stuff too outside of CrossFit. So she could interview anyone. You know what I mean? Just obviously she's eminently capable. Okay. So that didn't work. And I almost felt that after that courtship process, if she was a 10 already, that she went to a 12. Like something happened over there. I don't know the details, but all of a sudden her cadence even picked up more and she became even more dedicated. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's just because I was watching so closely, but all of a sudden she was in more places than ever. And so I feel like something happened over there where she was even given more
resources.
Maybe more resources. I was going to say like more authority. But once again, I'm making that up too. I don't know. I didn't write down how many videos she made before I talked to her and after. I'm just off of her, my own biased perception. Okay. So where were we? So Tommy gets absorbed into Hamilton Road to Charlie Doobie's amazing company. That's the company that does all the games broadcast. They did the Legends event, I think, this week. They're the ones with all the fancy cameras, beautiful, 4K shots, all the cool shit, right? They got Sean Woodland and just everyone just killing it. I'm doing a podcast. Hold on. Hey, I'm doing a podcast now.
What's up, you hot piece of trash?
I'm doing a podcast.
All right, well, I'm in Newport.
Oh, okay. I'll call you right when I'm done. Bye. Hunter McIntyre making a guest appearance.
Is he in Newport?
It's not, he said he was. He's not Tom Cruise, but I'll take it. So then, so then Hunter McIntyre started working for the Morning Chalk Up. No, that's not what happened. Where was I? Okay, so Tommy's gone, courting Lauren, failed courtship.
It wasn't failed. It wasn't. We can't call it.
We got a friendship out of it. Yeah, we got a friendship out of it.
Yeah.
Then,
her and I are besties.
Then, Brian Friend, this, I'm just gonna say it. He's the most prized piece on. He's the queen on the chessboard. There's lots of good pieces. It sucks that everyone else has to be tossed into the fucking. When you compare things, like when you let when you compare things, obviously some things rise to the top, and it implies that some things are worse. But I guess that's just the way it is. We're big boys and girls here. He was the queen on the chessboard. He's a great asset to any show, anything in the CrossFit space. By the way, which on another term, you should wonder, anyone who's not courting Brian, you have to know it's for ego reasons. You have to fucking know that. He's cheap, he's easy, and he's available, and he's the best. And so if you're not using Brian, it's for ego reasons. Come 100%. It's fucking asinine, insane. And he is a talent. He's quirky as a motherfucker. I'll tell you that. He is quirky. But all the good talent is. If he's quirky, then I'm quirky too. They're all quirky. Or you could get talent that's stuck in equity and just like Caleb, they have just no choice. They're stuck.
That's all you get.
Okay, so Brian leaves and goes to this this rag called Barbend that's actually quite huge.
Yeah, this right here.
Very, very big. Oh, nice shirt. And Barbend is, if you go to their account, you can see they're huge, and you might be like, how come I've never heard of them? And it's because they just haven't, I guess that's not their thing, CrossFit. Their primary thing is like bodybuilding and powerlifting and other stuff in the fitness space or in the strength space. And so obviously someone over there was fucking smart and grabbed Brian. So now you have their most forward-facing guy, Tommy, gone. You have Lauren doubling down on shit, and then you have Brian Friend leave and go to what obviously is going to be a competitor. Barbend is obviously not going to fuck around, and their goal is just to put everyone else not out of business, but make everyone else irrelevant. When you grab Brian, that's basically what you're trying to do. And probably Barbend doesn't have this pseudo, my opinion, insincere responsibility to the community. They can just pick the big stories. They don't have to be like, oh my God, look over here at CrossFit, 65-year-old Sally got her first pull-up, the way Morning Chalk Up does. Like I feel like that they kind of think that they have to do that stuff.
CrossFit
Then, so that basically left Patrick Clark over there as the next big name. And Patrick wasn't a big name over there, but clearly rising more and more and more. And by big name, ironically, you get, if you want to have a big name at Morning Chalk Up, in my opinion, you have to go on Lauren's podcast. It's like if you want to be a reporter that gets a lot of attention, a field reporter, you have to go on Don Lemon's show, or you have to go on Tucker Carlson's show. If you want to be a big, and so if you want to start getting out there and build and become a person in the CrossFit space via Morning Chalk Up, you got to go through Lauren Khalil's show. And I think she has a couple shows. The only one that stands out to me is the one called Bottom Line, but I think she has a bunch of different shows. Mm-hmm. But that one's branded as like the Bottom Line. So this guy, Patrick Clark, who is already coming up on more and more and more shows. I don't know how long he'd been over there. He may have been over there for all I know, 10 fucking years. But all of a sudden he starts becoming more forward facing. And then that guy leaves. That guy goes to Barbend where Brian went, which makes me even more convinced that Barbend, and I don't know who else has gone to Barbend, but that makes me even think, oh shit, Barbend's trying to make a move. Patrick Clark's a good dude. I know a lot of people like him. I know I like him. I put him in the top 3 of best contributors in the comment section for sure. At all times, always. Like, it's like, by that I mean just adds value to the show, makes my job easier. Top 1, top best one. I give him 1. I can't even think. I said top 3 because I was trying to give wiggle room, but I can't even think of who the other 2 are. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of you guys make great comments in the comment section, but his kind of just like make my job easier, especially when we're doing game shit. How about when he was in the stairwell at the Khalil Burj and he's just telling us shit? That was dope. Now, so it's just a shakeup. Barbend maybe had more money, blah, 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 blah. Maybe that's just move, things change. But this is the part why, this is what pushed me over the top. This is why I'm wondering what the fuck is going on at the morning chalk up. You ready for this? I haven't even told you guys yet.
Oh, awesome.
Caleb looks interested, like he may have perked up from like a 3 to a 4 in his attention.
3.5.
Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa.
I thought you were just calling it like the Khalil or something there. You just renamed the building after.
I noticed that Justin LoFranco was on a pretty. I went back and looked at. I typed his name into the morning chalk up, and I looked at how often he was publishing himself. You know, editorials, doing articles, just whatever he does over there. And all of a sudden, it's come to a stop. And it's come to a stop. And this guy Patrick, who's the new guy over there, his star has risen. His cadence has risen. So basically, LoFranco's gone. Go on the morning chalk up and just go over there and look and be like, dude, when's the last time that dude published? That dude's gone.
Did he just Arm & Hammer us?
Yeah, he's just left the building. He's gone. I think he owns it. I don't even know that I've always just made the assumption he owns it. Maybe he sold it. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. But it looks like Lauren Khalil owns the fucking place.
And if she doesn't, she should.
And that there's some other guy over there named Patrick, the woke guy who came from Outside Magazine. Just ridiculous. And anything you read from that guy, you have to know that anyone in the know of what's going on at CrossFit is like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about? I think he wrote an article. I think he wrote it where he said that CrossFit should basically genericize itself. Basically get rid of let the trademark go. I think he said that.
Oh, hope not. That's a terrible idea.
That would be a horrible idea. That would be the end of everything.
Yeah.
No, Sevan, the community is really strong. It's not about one person or CrossFit. No. When's the last time Justin published something? I thought I saw it was in November.
Maybe. I just typed in his name and this is what came up. Oh, this was Lauren.
Click Justin's name. See if you can find an article Justin's in and click his name. It'll go to like everything he's ever done.
All right, just
and then we can see. God, I hope he didn't commit suicide. That would suck.
No, I think they're talking about somebody else.
Oh. So the question is, how bad is it over there? What the fuck is going on over there? Are they falling apart? Someone sent me a link this morning that showed was showing me that the number of comments on their Instagram account are just completely dwindling too. Maybe they've been shadow banned like me. It will be very interesting to see what happens. I think I do smell something. And hence the toilet bowl in the incredible thumbnail that I made, Will Brandstetter. I love that term, circling the bowl. Okay, November 12th. Yeah, that is a, and what's today? December 14th. Okay, yeah. So something's up. Something's up. Send me a DM, someone. Someone tell me what the fuck's going on. Something's up. And bar bend and barbell spin are skyrocketing. Hiller's skyrocketing. Something is. Oh, Justin, was it just okay? So that's even interesting too. So if he's at that event and he's not publishing content, something's up. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home tomorrow. I leave tomorrow morning. I'm packing. Sevan, are you ever going home? Yes. And I need to shave. I need to coif or whatever that's called. I need to do some tend to myself. Bailey Walker, because their content isn't good anymore. 1 in 10 stories. I'm slightly interested in, and I'm one of the biggest CrossFit fans. Yeah, something's going on. Sevan's getting savvy with the Canva. I had a good teacher, Andrew Hiller. Soccer Mom, I dropped my subscription to Morning Chocolate, but I don't even look at their articles anymore. You need to queef? Probably.
Queef, same.
We dropped below 20,000. It's 19.9.
Yeah, we have like 19,998. I just looked at it. Made me angry.
Damn it.
Fucking YouTube.
No, well, I think that we put on a lot of people during the events we cover, and then people hear the live call-in show, and they're like, fuck this dude.
Talking about cock and balls for 2.5 hours.
God damn it. It's all those bots.
So
basically,
that's where we're at. I'll keep you posted. When I do shows like this, it's always a little bit of a fishing expedition. I think people will send me some DMs. We'll figure out what's going on over there. I don't think it's good if anyone goes away. I don't wish ill on them. I think it's good that everyone, I think the more fish we have swimming around in the bowl, the better it is.
Well, there's only 3 people that I think that are publicly like facing from that team that I know of that are still there, which is obviously Lauren. We talked about Presley, who does a lot of the writing stuff, and then Katie Gannon, who I think does the
Instagram.
Yeah. And outside of those 3,
and then
really
then Emily Beers does all the pieces. That's like, hey, she does the articles like, hey, what should you do with your tampon at a CrossFit box, or you know what I mean, or is it okay to be 600 pounds? Are you still hot when you're 600 pounds? Yes, you are. I think she likes to do, she does those kind of pieces.
Emily Beers does smear jobs.
Yeah, that too. There was okay.
Emily smears.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Maybe they will hire Sporty Beth. She would be an incredible fit over there. Sporty Beth would be an incredible fit over there. Lauren, get her. She would be an incredible fit over there. I'm telling you. I'm not even joking. You know I'm not joking, right? Absolutely. She would add incredible value. Hey, dude, and she makes content. She makes something. Yeah, and she's got some talent.
Also, can I say one thing? I was looking over some of our analytics, and half you fuckers that are listening to this right now aren't even subscribed to this show. And I've never said it before, but subscribe to the damn show. I could see the analytics, and like 50% of the people that watch are subscribed. So that means we could double our audience if you guys just ponied up. It takes 1 fucking second. It costs you nothing. Do it for me.
You don't even have to get notifications.
And hit that bell that makes it so you get your notifications. Why would you subscribe to a channel where you haven't hit the bell? Like, I do that to every channel. Like, I'm not really.
A lot of notifications.
Also,
it is?
I don't want this to go unnoticed that Caleb just made up a line here that I just love, where anytime someone disappears, we're just going to say they got Arm and Hammered from now.
Why? He just
remember
quit,
he was doing pretty well in the space. It seemed like everything was growing, and then he just disappeared. Like
He
literally,
had a
it's like
kid and then just stopped.
off
Yeah,
the
I think
face
he
there.
had. I think he had a kid, and I think he was fed up with the politics in the space. This is what I think. I think he had a kid. He was fed up with the politics in the space. But I would say he was the last closest thing that the space had to a Brian Friend.
He had some really good content. I liked all
Yeah,
of his
he
stuff.
knew his shit. That's for
Him
sure.
and Barbell Shrugged were probably my two favorite.
That's the one where the
Michael
dudes
Myers
all
stuff.
stood around on microphones. Like they would go to
Yeah.
Rich's house and they all set up the microphone standing.
Barbell Shrug was great. I used to listen to
was
that
awesome.
podcast religiously when, like, way back in the day, I'd be cleaning the floors of the gym. Always throw that thing in.
Good shit.
So,
Me off and I'll get more subscribers. Done. I'll do anything.
so yes, and I apologize for any of the media that I left out in the space. Clydesdale media, I apologize. Who else did I leave out?
Barbell Spin.
There's Jason CF Media. There's Clydesdale Media. There's the Coffee Wads and Pods podcast with Pedro over in the UK. There's Craig Ritchie. There's Nate Edwardson. There's the Buttery Bros. All these people just on a regular basis harvesting. The Evening Wipe Down.
Great. It's great outlet. Good stuff.
Just a constant flow of content coming out of the space. Okay. All right. So those are my thoughts. Something's going on over there. Justin's gone MIA. Lauren's taken over. Maybe there's just an anti-male campaign. What is going on over there? They're just getting rid of all the cock.
I hope so. Hey, one thing I'll note about all the people that we've kind of like chatted about.
Hey, that's all I talk about. Y'all know I plagiarize like a motherfucker. We don't need to mention Nate. He literally just talks about morning chocolate bar. I plagiarize like a motherfucker.
Please give credit. I've been lucky enough to spend some time with the people that we've like just talked about that were on morning chocolate, and all of them are super fucking great people. And have been really cool and like nice to me, like in the space when I show up at these events, because a lot of them have been in the space for a long time. And obviously I'm like in the media, I'm the new guy in the space with my iPhone there, and everybody's just been really cool. So thank you guys for that. So accepting.
Meaning Presley, Katie, and
Lauren, yeah, Patrick Clark, like just everybody.
That is good to hear, because sometimes when media goes to events, they can be assholes to each other. Yeah. Media space has a lot of assholes in it.
There's some of them too. They'll remain nameless, but I would say majority of them have been really cool with me.
Anti-male, are you suggesting there's males at Morning Chocolate, assuming they're sex? Shame on you, Sevan. Fair. I agree.
I like that picture, Corey.
I have not seen Tommy or Brian or Patrick Clark's penises, so I did make that assumption. I should put an asterisk at the bottom of the show. Yeah, I enjoyed Heber Marsden's content whenever I watch it. And the tamer they are, the more I enjoy that also.
I heard Hiller's going to do a natty or not on Heber.
Is it serious?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
No, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
He's got some good photos, and I think the growth there is a little extreme.
What? No.
I know. I just made all that up right now off the top of my head. I just thought it would be good.
He looks the same as he's looked in the past like 5 years.
But here's the thing: when he started working, he put in the work. When he first started working at CrossFit, he was a wet rag.
If you go look at some of the ones when he had short hair, like back when he first started at CrossFit HQ, and he's just kind of a camera guy in the background. Yeah, he's really not Andrew's commenting. But yeah, he looks great.
He was the kind of guy, literally, he would show up to work out, then be working all day, then work out again, and then work till fucking the last person in the building. All those fucking guys were animals. Tommy, Heber, Marsden, all those guys would just fucking get at it. Mariah Moore, like those guys. That was a cool place to work, man.
I know. I wanted to be close to HQ so bad. I mean, I literally just showed up at DDCs until people were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
God,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
cool.
like the mecca. Like people would come, you would come out this way, and if you were a CrossFit and you were in the Santa Cruz area, it was like, oh, you got to go drive by the original gym. You got to go drive by HQ, see if there's people working out. Like stop and be like, oh, there's Sevan filming somebody doing something. And
Yeah, I would always be filming, not working out.
So cool.
How about this? Heber endorses a coffee company and he doesn't drink coffee. Well, that brings up a good point. Paper Street Coffee. Do not write the word street. Paper ST Coffee. Use Sevan code, get 10% off.
I don't
No. It'll never, ever even be remotely close to that again.
No, unfortunately not.
No. The only way that would happen is if one person bought the company and owned it again and made it kind of their hobby. But there's no fucking. Oh, it's still 15% off. Holy shit. Okay. Use the code Sevan and get 15% off at Paper Street Coffee. PAPERST Coffee. I don't even think you put that dot in there.
No.
What's up with his logo? I can't.
It's got the Miami Vice look. Yeah, it's the Miami Vice look.
Oh.
My mom bought a bunch of coffee from the wrong Paper Street like a year ago, too. She was like, look at all the coffee I got. I bought it to support you guys. And I was like, that's really nice, Mom. And then I went and looked at it. I was like, that's not it. She was all pissed off.
Not as pissed off as I am.
Trying to get that tax-free payday.
Corey, hi.
Just a reminder, Ken.
Do you want to lose some listeners and talk about cock and balls, or
no? We need those subscribers.
Yes, cock and balls.
Okay.
Let's do a natty or not on some unsuspecting victim. That's how we get subscribers. Natty or not on Caleb.
Or do you want door number 2? I'm curious how you hire people for your team.
I don't.
You're hired.
You know what's crazy? So yesterday I was on this long ass walk with my wife and my kids, and I think my wife said, or someone asked me. Maybe someone asked me. They said, "Hey, how did you meet Caleb?" I said, "I have no fucking idea."
I think I asked him to buy his motorcycle, and then.
Oh, really? That's what it was?
Yeah. I asked to buy your motorcycle when it was the electric one that you had. A long time. It was like years ago.
Yeah.
And then because you were taking offers on it, I think I ended up in your like primary DM box or something.
Yeah.
And then whenever you were like, you started doing more podcasts, I was like, hey, like you need somebody to fucking make your shit. And then you were like, yeah, I do. I was like, I'll figure it out and send it to you. And then you sent me your email address, and then I just kept making videos for you.
So you're like a stray cat.
Basically.
Your stray cat fed you a little bit, and I can't get rid of you.
When did you start working the back end of the show? When did you do that?
Probably a couple of months after that. It was like around like Halloween time, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's how desperate we are. We got Caleb. And then one of the only reasons why I might believe in God is because then Caleb was deployed and forced to stay in that room all day. So now we have him. That bought us fucking 6 months of runway to try to figure out how we're gonna make money.
Would people describe you as hard to work with?
Caleb or me?
You.
I don't know.
No, not at all. If you bring up any idea, he's willing to discuss it, and then you just agree or disagree, and then you move on. Like it's not like if it's a good idea, then it's like, and you can say it's a good idea, and he'll agree with you. Then he'll say like, yeah, let's fucking do it then. It's like
we don't have enough money for me to be an asshole yet.
I don't think you can, because the hardest people to work with are the ones that aren't straight and like honest with you. Because then it like the communication and shit gets weird. And so the best people that I like to work with, and Sevan qualifies underneath this for sure, is the fact of just like, if you're like, hey, I'm going to do this or that, he's like, I don't know if I'll agree with that. And then we have a discussion about it. Otherwise, just kind of like being nice or kind of telling what you want to hear and then doing something different and shit like that. That's when people get tough to work with. Everybody's just straight up and is comfortable with just honest feedback, and it's done respectfully as it is with the team here, then it's good. It's easy. Everybody knows where their place is and how to continue to move forward.
I've said it before, Corey. I'll say this real quick. the weird thing is that I couldn't pay people enough to do what people do on the shows, specifically Matt and Caleb and Will. That's the irony of it. So like if I were to try to hire people for these jobs, I couldn't get these people. It's so weird. Does that make sense to you? Do you see what happened here? Like I somehow have stumbled across other people who are willing to contribute on the level that I'm willing to contribute. And I found, and these 3 guys jumped on. There's a couple other people who contribute too. They don't have, they're great contributors, but these 3 are like, I can just bug them. I mean, to tell you the truth, even as like an advisor or consultant, I can bug Hiller 24 hours a day too. I've just somehow fallen into this group of people that, I mean, even if I paid, let's say I paid these guys $250,000 a year, which I hope to do, but how would I, because now I know they're tried and true, but there was no other better way to find these people than the way we did it. It is really That's crazy. And I'm not trying to give Lauren a handy, but that's what you see that's happening over there with Lauren Khalil over at the Morning Chalk Up. Somehow they found someone and that is just a fucking powerhouse. It doesn't give a fuck. It just has their head down and it's like someone who has a lawnmower and they just start mowing all the lawns in the neighborhood. They don't care.
Well, I don't know if you can't tell, but I'm attempting to slut myself out to you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But
that's how it happens.
But I'm curious. The only reason I asked that question is trying to stay on topic is as you build out the team and as you compare yourself to some of these rags, do you look for diamonds in the rough or do you look for people who have already made a name for themselves?
I'm willing to invest in anyone. It's like the same thing with Travis from Vindicate. He just came out and was like, hey, let me get a shot at the t-shirts. And at first I was loyal to the other company. And then Matt's like, no, we got to try this dude. Same with Gabe, same with California Hormones. All the people in that tight ecosystem. I can't look because I'm too busy doing my job. Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
People have to kind
100%.
of force their way in and just be here. I didn't ever ask Caleb, hey, can you be here every morning? I mean, I have, now I ask him when we get off the show, when the show's over, it'll usually just be Caleb and I on here and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And we shoot the shit for a few minutes. But he just starts showing up every morning, kind of like how you've called in the last 5 mornings in a row. All of a sudden there's just someone's just around a lot. And then all of a sudden you're like, you give them a password to your Instagram account and it just grew like that. Never anything formal that I can't think of anything formal. All the formal shit we've tried has failed across the board, 100%. Meaning the formal sponsors, all our formal shit has failed.
I'm not a big believer in faith. But I'm a big believer in giving myself up to something that's bigger than myself. And I've always done that to, unfortunately, like corporations or relationships or to people or to other people who have a bigger vision or mission than myself. And so that's something that's attracted me here to this podcast. I feel, and I think the community in the chat would agree that you're on to something incredible. And so that's what I've gravitated and latched onto. Is I'm giving myself over to something bigger than myself. And so it's almost like I have faith in this podcast. And that's what I'm attracted to. So
Heidi wrote, thanks for calling. Bye.
Yeah, I'll let
No. Just chill for a second, Corey. Travis from Vindicate wrote, the epitome of the show is bringing solutions to the table. Don't bring up a problem or idea with no input on how to handle it. Yeah, and that's the thing. There are a core group of people who send me clips, and I've never formally said to them, thank you, but they must know because they watch the show that they drive the show because those are the clips that I show. So it's like that. Or it's like yesterday, you sent me a Google Doc. I have this issue with my notes. And so you took it, I have this kind of problem. And so you sent me a Google Doc that I could start up that Caleb and Souza would all be on. And so I could just have my notes there and everyone could see my notes live. Like, yeah, that's just basically how the whole show's been going.
All right. I'll keep trying. I'll call in next time. Thank you.
Have an awesome day, Corey. You're the man, brother.
Thanks, Corey.
Hey, you did give me an idea though. What if we were like one of these live call-ins? We're gonna just do interviews. So if anybody wants to like join the team or work on part of the show, they call in and we just interview them live. We just come up with funny interview questions and see how they respond to it.
That's a fucking horrible idea.
How would you respond to that question if you were on the team?
Right.
How would you
Is
respond to
Sevan
that
easy to work
feedback?
for? Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Caleb, you get to stay. Jay Mackey, it's been awesome watching the evolution of the show. And Ann Hillers, you guys are crushing it. Thank you. Thanks. We're trying. Okay, 317. For all of you who don't get it, here it is. If you see it any other way, then color is just a correlation, not a cause or effect. What did I just say? Watch this. This is the part. If you can walk around knowing this and you stop calling black people and putting them all into one bucket is at this source the fucked up thing. Color means nothing. We have conflated black culture with black people. We have conflated those. Those are not one and the same. I know 1,000 white people who fucking live black culture. But that has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Here it is. This guy, Bill Nye. I don't know who sent me this, but thank you. Bill Nye breaks down the science of skin color and shows why racism is ridiculous. I don't even think that's what he wasn't trying to show why racism is ridiculous. But if you see this and don't get it, you're fucked. You're a fucking snail at that point. By snail, I mean you have snail consciousness. You only see the ground. All right, here we go. Action.
Bill Nye the
This
Science
is a map of the continents of the Earth showing how much ultraviolet light lands in each latitude. It turns out the closer you are to the equator, the more intense the ultraviolet. We use reds and purples. But then as you move away from the equator, we change the colors to orange, yellow, greens, and grays. Now here's the same map of the same continent with just one color. And it turns out that everybody on Earth is descended from people that live here in Africa. And then as groups of us moved around the world, the color of our skin had to change. And here's why. Our skin is where we make vitamin D. If you don't get enough ultraviolet, you don't get enough vitamin D. But if you get too much ultraviolet, then you break down your folates. You have to have it in perfect balance. And because the ultraviolet varies, the color of our skin varies. And that's it, everybody. That's why we have different colored skin. But we're all one species. But we're not treating each other fairly. Not everybody's getting an even shake. So it's time to change things. This is a map of the
So do you get it?
continents of the
So when San Francisco has universal basic income based on the color of your skin, they're doing it really what they're saying. If you care about the truth, they're giving money to people who would better be suited to live at the equator. That's it. That's all they're doing. It's fucking idiot world.
There we go. We just solved it.
It's fucking idiot world we live in. You want to pay reparations to people. Oh, I just.
We've been following
and
the
it's
Twitter
okay
stuff.
to mess up. Just catch yourself and walk it back. I mess up all the time. I just catch yourself and try to walk it back. Jiggy Josh, I think there's a little more to it than that.
You got like is that a pen you got there?
Yeah, I'm just tapping. I'm
Yeah. Okay.
I think I know what you're saying, Jiggy, and there is a little more to it than that. But until we get to that, the problem doesn't go away. Because all the other problems are until we get to that, until everyone's like at least can establish, like you don't have to live that. You can do. I do stuff every day that I know is wrong. WRONG, wrong. I do stuff every day that I know is wrong. But until we get to the part that at least we know that, we don't get yes, if you move to the equator, you won't be racist. You understood it perfectly, Eric. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I was raised in 316. I was raised in a community like this. This is how I was raised. This isn't to dig at my mom. Yeah, like, hey, like, let's first, like, I understand that this country was built on the backbone of slaves who were brought over from Africa. I understand that this company was built on the backbone of Chinese people who were were treated like shit here and forced to build railroads and shit. I fully get that. We can talk about that. Maybe there's a better way to talk about it. Maybe we shouldn't call them black people. Maybe we should call them like Sudanese or talk about exactly where they're from on the continent. But there's just this conflation of people's colors of skin with everything else. It's at the root of fucking racism. That conflation, that people, it's imaginary world, it's gender world. Dear Santa, I'm vaccinated, so I don't need presents. I wish for equality and for Elon Musk to stop destroying the world. Thank you. It's so sad when you see kids like this is just pumped. This is just indoctrination. This is exactly how I was brought up. I was just indoctrinated by my school, my community. This is a little kid writing this.
Is it though?
Well, she says our son Jasper wrote this letter to Santa yesterday and it filled us with hope. I mean, it's the kids just repeating what they were indoctrinated with.
Yeah.
This is why this is like you saw the clip I showed you yesterday where the little kid's talking about skin color and the other white kid asked the other kid, "Am I black?" And he goes, "Or am I white?" And the kid goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Shoo."
Oh yeah.
Like the 3-year-old kid is happy that he's white, but he didn't know he was white.
I don't get how people think Elon's like destroying the world.
This is also fake. You think that's just fake? Either way, hey, it doesn't. To be honest with you, it doesn't even matter if this is fake. There's kids like this, shitloads of them. I was like this. I was indoctrinated to say stupid shit like this.
Well, going off your theory of world is mirrors, even if this one was fake, now there's 10 real ones.
Right.
Because then everybody's like, oh yeah, I want to be like Jasper.
I want to teach my kid. Yeah, there's parents out there who are like, oh, I want my kid to write that letter now.
Yeah.
Don't indoctrinate your kids.
Yeah.
Try not to. Okay, 3:15. So I want to tell you this before we start seeing this. Stop eating anything. Oh, I'll tell it afterwards. I'll say it afterwards. Here we go. I have the solution to this. Oh, wow. Look at Travis is saying, wow, hold on. You can leave that up. This will be really quick. Travis is saying that's a fucking font on a computer. That is a screenshot. Oh, that's awesome. Says the graphics guy who has attention to detail like that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a, go ahead. Let's go.
47% of African Americans right now have been diagnosed with some level of heart disease. 17% struggle with mental illness. So for our culture, we are in double digits in pretty much all of the negative health conditions that we have. The largest percentage of uninsured Americans are African American. So what are the reasons? Multiple reasons. One, there's a lot of stigma within the African American community against mental health. And there's also a well-earned distrust of the medical community from African Americans. When you're talking about the Tuskegee study, 47%.
Okay, so here we go. There's two things here. There's two things that are being done here. The two biggest things. The I don't know if you call it a psyop or what, but she's basically saying she's enforcing the fact that somehow having insurance would be the solution. By saying, and they're the lowest. African Americans are the lowest insured. So she's pushed. That's the agenda. That's what the human brain hears. That you need insurance in order to get healthy, in order to cure yourself of your mental illness and your chronic disease. And then the second. But we all know the solution. Stop eating anything with added sugar and exercise daily. Problem solved. Done. Gone. That's gone. Everything she said is just gone. She never mentioned that once. Obama didn't say it. Trump didn't say it. Biden didn't say it. Stop eating added sugar and exercise daily. Problem gone. I've just given you the solution. And guess what? You don't need help. You can do it yourself. Oh, but I need help. Okay, great. Fine. I have a place you can go. It's in every state. It's on every continent. It's called the CrossFit fucking affiliate. You will go there. They'll tell you what to eat, how to exercise, and they'll surround you with a group of people who will support you through it. There. I just gave you the solution.
Yep.
Would you rather be 100 pounds overweight and have the best medical insurance in the world, or be have access to a CrossFit gym and the people in the CrossFit gym? I know we can have both. I know you can have both. I know you can go to a CrossFit gym and then also get good insurance.
Hey, it'd be cool for those insurance companies, but they won't do it because really what we're talking about here is personal responsibility. Like that's what it all boils down to. And if we all took personal responsibility for our situations and we're really attacked, what we eat, what we consume, what we hear, what we watch, and then what we do, how we move, what we exercise. If we all had personal responsibility, you'd have a bunch of independent people that only had to rely on themselves and their communities to make massive change. Not so good when it comes to the government.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't like that. They need dependence. And so that's why I think that when that lady was bringing up all these things that could be, and I'm not going to say solved, but by definition, you could have some sort of cure to, or at least mitigate significantly by managing your diet, not consuming sugar or processed carbohydrates, and working out with a group of people, having a community and moving, that you wouldn't need anything else really. So that's why
the stuff you would need would be reduced drastically. The services you need, yeah.
And so that's why if you just plug that little piece in about insurance, again, it's not on you, but it's on what you're missing from the outside. It's what that you need to be dependent on that currently isn't within those communities. And so I think when we're listening to those things, we have to really be cautious of saying, is this person promoting personal responsibility at the highest level that they can? Or are they promoting something that's going to allow more dependence onto that entity, whether that be insurance, whether that be government?
Right. And that's what she's pushing. That's what she's pushing. Pretending like she gives a fuck. She doesn't even know what she's pushing.
No, exactly. But she's pushing dependence. And so anytime you guys are looking at something, and this is something that I've started to do, I just started breaking it into two buckets. And now this is oversimplifying a lot of issues. But if you just look at it, is this advocating for personal responsibility or is this advocating for dependence? And once you could start bucketing those two, one, advocating personal responsibility is an added value to you and those around you, because once you take personal responsibility, that starts to show, right? It's a mirror. So everybody else around you starts to see what you're doing. They get motivated by that personal responsibility. They think, hey, I'm capable of that too. But if you're preaching dependence, what that actually is doing is only adding value to whatever you're leaning on for that dependence, whether that be an institution or whether that be a government or whether that be some sort of victimization because the problem's out there and I'm dependent on that problem to stay the victim. Because if I'm no longer
that's what keeps that lady's job too.
100%. So that's why that system or that archetype is set up. And so if you're dependent, you don't have the personal responsibility. If you don't have the personal responsibility, you have to be dependent. So as you guys read stuff and look at things today, use it as a little challenge. I've been doing it too. Is it go personal responsibility or is it more towards dependence?
Along that same line, let's go back 30 years. And if I were to tell you this, I were to be like, hey, there's this place you can go. They're CrossFit affiliates, and you will be at the 99-yard line of all your health needs. You'll be fit. You'll be around great people who will support you, smart people, including doctors, lawyers, plumbers, teachers, artists, and they'll all be helping you learn how to eat right and move right, and they'll be on the same journey as you. And then you could say, well, I can't afford it. So then I'm like, okay, don't worry. It's not a problem. I'm going to invent this thing called the internet, and I'm going to give everything away to you for free. And now you can have it on your fucking phone right here with you at all times.
Yeah.
No shit. Problem solved again. It's just, the people who blame just keep pushing the blame further and further down instead of accepting just the millions of solutions that are around us. Sevan, Michelle Obama did start a program with school lunches healthier. Michelle Obama did start a program to make school lunches healthier by serving vegetables. There's this thing with that, though. I used to kind of have a lot of knowledge about that. Maybe I'll rattle my brain, look it up. She ended up partnering with Coke, I think. It was either Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah.
And that program got really fucking squirrely and ended up hurting kids.
And wasn't it the Move 30 or something like that? Because they were trying to say it's not caloric. It's not the value of the caloric intake. It's just you just need to move because movement is medicine. Yes. Which is wrong. Food.
It ended up, I was pretty excited about that program at first too. And then she got involved with soda pop with it. And the whole thing got so fucked up. Also, I went to the Clinton Library in Arkansas once. That's the Coca-Cola library. That entire thing's been paid for by Coca-Cola. They own those people.
You have a color on?
Dude, Sevan, I tell people all the time about what the solution is, and I hear nothing but crickets. I know. It's okay. We got it. Yeah, we do have a color on. We got to just keep saying it. I'm going to make a bunch. I got while I've been over here in Newport, I got this idea for like a dozen more affiliate commercials of stuff I want to make. And I don't know. I just think that hopefully I can give some tools. I think the goal was, I think Will Branstetter came with the idea. Someone came with the idea. We're going to put up a website where people can download these affiliate commercials because we got so many requests for the affiliate commercials that people wanted to use. And I'm just going to make all these little commercials, simple commercials, that affiliates can use that hopefully will inspire people. Basically, as CrossFitters, we have to kind of make it our obligation, like set a small goal to bring one friend to the affiliate, every year, start small, something like that. You just have to. You have to tell at least one person with type 2 diabetes, like, hey, I can bring you into the gym. Go to your gym owner and be like, hey, can I bring a friend in free for a week who has type 2 diabetes? We need to start thinking, just not because we have to, but because it's fun. Well, you'll be so ecstatic if you were to grab someone in your family who had type 2 diabetes and then bring them to the gym. Go to your gym owner and be like, hey, I want to bring my aunt in free for a week. I don't give a fuck. Ask for a month. And then the gym owner will be like, okay. And then you bring them in and see if you can do that. And make sure you let them beat you in all the workouts.
Wait, is there still a caller on?
Oh, yeah. Caller. Hi. Sorry.
Jeez, thanks for hanging in there, caller.
Brandon, hi.
All good. I for a little bit, I forgot exactly what I called about because I was entranced with what you were saying.
A little bit. I forgot what the show was
We're all
about.
good. I think it was in regard to bringing back to the personal responsibility bit that Susan was mentioning earlier. I just think it's really interesting. People in power, we have all these leaders that are preaching the wrong message in so many ways. And, but yeah, when you tell someone what to do and it comes back to them, it's such a rejecting response. Right. And I think I don't know. What do you guys think of the best tactic? Is it about just continually, if you're in a position of leadership, just shoving it down people's throats of, no sugar or refined carbohydrates, fat over and over and over again, those kind of things? Or like the way I see it, because people don't like that sometimes to be told exactly what to do. It's more just that, how you start a show. Hey, today I was on the assault bike for 10 minutes and this and that. Like, I think we just need a person in power to just display that lifestyle rather than enforce those lifestyles, because then it gives the people, I don't know, a bit more of an option. I know that's not necessarily going to solve any problems when you're giving people that option.
Dude,
but
if the president of the
fucking
president of the United States went out on the fucking front lawn every single fucking morning of the White House and did a workout, 15-minute workout, we could all get to see him work out, make fun of him for not getting depth on his squats. Hillary be making videos. Fucking Derek from More Plates, More Dates be accusing him of being juiced up. It would be a fucking net positive to the fucking up millionth degree. If that fucking orange-haired guy fucking would have started working out and said, hey, it's time that we fucking get our country to lose some weight, it would and stuck with it, it would have had a tremendous impact on the fucking nation. Huge, massive. And you know what else too? It would,
and I agree, like
even if it didn't work,
showing it.
Even if it didn't work, it would give us all hope.
It would work.
It would give, yeah. And so instead of people like making fun of Chris Cuomo or Marjorie Taylor Greene, like those things, like even Cuomo, who's a complete fucking douchebag, those things need to be supported. And yeah, people need to be showing that and showing their vulnerability. I totally agree with you. People just need to be setting an example. It's so, I mean, Kennedy did it. I mean, he didn't work out, but he really pushed the fitness thing. It would be no problem for a president to do that, for him to start showing us his workout. And the impact it would have would be massive. Yeah, Carrot Top, not Carrot Top. Donald. I was talking about Donald. I was so bummed when that neither Trump or Biden talked about exercise. What a sad state of affairs we're in. That could happen. But
yeah, I could care less. I could care less about political platforms of people and this and that. And you know, like I'm Canadian, so I didn't know some of the names that you were mentioning there.
we're the country
your
below you. Those
but
were our presidents.
Yeah. We try to ignore you as much as possible.
Understood.
These days, but like I could care less about political platforms sometimes. If I just saw, you know, just some simple signs of just being a good person, and that being preaching health and wellness, just being a good example, showing that you love your family, this kind of basic human shit like that.
I do think that there's a lot of people who do want to go to the gym, and for whatever reason, they've spun up some narrative in their head that they can do it tomorrow, or they're scared, or it's not for them, or it's too hard, and I do think that we can fish those people out, and that's why I think it's so important. That's why on this show it's so important to me to do weight loss stories, because I feel like it's showing. I mean, my wife didn't do CrossFit.
I think it's perfect.
Go ahead.
I know. I think it's great. It's from a showcasing standpoint. Like I think, like I'm a Christian, and I think the best way to show Christianity and share the gospel is not from being the preacher on the corner, the evangelist telling you what, who, what, where, when, why about the whole situation. Like the best compliment that I've ever received is I didn't have a shirt that said I love Jesus on it. Someone to say, I think you're probably a Christian, hey? They said, yeah, why would you say that? I could just tell. You know, you're a good person. You can just by my morals, just by my standing, right?
Right.
I think that comes through in fitness, right? It's
right.
just
Yeah.
like,
I mean, look at Rich. He doesn't scream it, and everyone knows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anybody you have on the show, like they talk about their God moments. They talk about those things like that. That's the best way. They don't have to come on here with some sort of, you know, checklist of things they have to say and prayers they have to pray in order to get your viewers to love Jesus. No, it's cool regardless of your situation to hear like about Scott Hanchik's member taking him and giving him the Bible. Like that, those are cool stories, and those are the kind of things that make a difference. It's not the shoving it down people's throats, and I think that carries over to politics. It carries over to health and wellness, and yeah.
Interesting. Do you think that okay, fine. Do you think that I'm shoving it down people's throats?
No,
yes.
I think you slide the line. Like I think from my perspective, so like I'll be completely honest. Like you have changed, or I want to say changed my thinking, but jostled my standing and jostled my thinking with some of your rants and some of your standings and takes on things, which I think is healthy for anybody, right? Whether people or your listeners agree with some of the stuff you say or not, it at least brings a little bit of a freshness to the conversation. Do I think you shove it down people's throats? No, I think people are tuning into your podcast because they want to listen to you. And if they really didn't want to have it shoved down their throats, then they would leave.
Right.
So
I guess I just don't want to. I guess I just don't
riding the line sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think you're doing a great job, and I think that's why you have the following. That's what you do. So
that's why
Susan keeps you in line every so often. It's great.
That's why we can't stay over 20,000 subscribers.
It's because those people won't just subscribe. That other half.
I appreciate you calling in. It's a very it's a great point. It's to be the example is more important than preaching the word.
Yep. Yeah, that is a great point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks, brother.
Awesome. Thanks so much for everything you do.
Yep, you sound like a nice Christian man.
You know what I was thinking about after we chatted about that little personal responsibility bit that I did? Imagine if everybody did take personal responsibility, how much advancements we actually would have in the medicines and science and stuff. Because right now we're kind of on this hamster wheel of just like managing the sick population and then keeping them alive and running, and all our institutions are profiting greatly from that. But if that went away, and because what is it, like 80 cents of every dollar in healthcare is spent on chronic disease? I think that's like the current metric.
At least.
So that means let's just translate that to 80% of the time in research and development and everything else is just going to managing chronic disease a little bit better than the guy before, right? Or the medicine before. So if all that went away, essentially you would have 80% of research and development and the focus back on advancing medicines and science for things outside of the chronic disease, which is obviously just lifestyle choices, and then would drastically help those in need that weren't that are suffering from different issues that aren't because of their complacency. That is actually because of, for whatever reason, whether it be an accident or whether it be something that happened when they were born or they were born with. But you would be able to, we would be able to really attack and then advance society in ways that would be crazy, that would just propel everything forward, almost like the Romans did back in the day. Because until then, you just, I mean, like, what was it, like 6,000 years?
Great point, dude.
6,000 years, we just had people killing each other for resources. And then the Romans came along and developed like the virtue and kind of what they're like a culture of Christianity, which put it more on personal responsibility to serve something greater than yourself. Just like Corey had said before, whether that be some sort of divine or Christ or whatever that is personally to you, but you were serving something greater than you and taking responsibility for yourself. And that's how that society after 6,000 years was able to advance super far. And in fact, we have everything the way we have now is because of that change in civilization, by switching it rather than being multiple different gods and everybody fighting for each other underneath one kind of divine and taking personal responsibility for yourself.
That's how easy it is to contribute today to the world. Just take care of yourself.
Just take care of yourself. And you're an example, right?
Don't be a burden on others. Yeah. That's how fucking easy it is to contribute, to be a mass contributor.
Yeah.
314. It's not only the left that indoctrinates people, but it's the right. And I really like Candace Owens, but this is what indoctrination from the right sounds like. Here we go.
There's this weird thing where I have parents that write to me and they say, I know this is wrong, but I don't want to be that parent, right? My children, they learned that they can pick their gender, but I don't want to be the parent that is angry and at the administration, because then the other parents look at me weird, like I'm not being accepting.
Pause.
Children. And the truth is that.
So she's saying that parents contact her first, and this is, it's weird. She uses the word weird. And I get it. She's just free flowing. And that they contact her because they don't want to take a stand in these organizations like the kids' elementary school and stand up for their kids. Everyone, let me start over again. You send your kid to elementary school and all the parents are like, yes, let your kid choose their gender. Yes, 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 yes. And that there's one parent who's contacting Candace and saying, I don't want to partake in that, but I also don't want to stand out because it makes me uncomfortable. And Candace says that you should never be accepting. And then she says the reason why.
You should never be accepting of an ecosystem of evil. The children are victims.
There it is. There's the indoctrination. It's lazy. You shouldn't be accepting because it's evil. That means nothing to me. That means that's just pure manipulation, indoctrination. The word evil is lazy talk.
Mm-hmm. It's rhetoric.
That doesn't help anyone stand up for themselves and intellectually and logically understand why you don't let your kid pick their fucking gender. The reason why you don't let them pick their fucking gender is because it's not fucking real. Because that whole process is indoctrination. I don't know, maybe it's too deep for people and people have to be manipulated by words like evil. When I say the word evil, you can't point to it. You have to go inside your head and start making shit up. Oh, what Hitler did to the Jews was evil. What Jeffrey Dahmer did is evil. You have to build this cadre of just fucking swirling gross shit. When she could just explain very, very well why you don't let your kids pick their gender. And it goes much deeper than that. You help your child form an identity. You're the docent of them, helping them form their identity by just things like discipline, making their bed, teaching them how to clean themselves, teaching them to walk up straight. Now they have an identity. They're a person who has a habit of making their bed every morning. They know how to bathe themselves. They walk straight. They know their identity is built around the fact that you taught them how to smile and shake hands and be nice. It's the same thing with the racism thing. Candace wants to fight them on the level that gender's real. You can fuck around with that shit later when you're in fucking drama class and your sophomore year in high school, and the teacher says, "I want you to be a big, strong man." Then you're like, "Okay, what's a big, strong man look like?" Okay, you pull your shirt in, pull your sleeves in a little tighter. Then you do the theatrics. Your kid just needs to build a fucking identity and not even be worried about that shit at all. Nothing, no how.
Mm-hmm. There's so much time in life for them to wrestle with that and struggle with that and go through their whole entire sexual development of orientation, whatever they want to do.
Teach your kid their fucking phone number. Enroll them in a fucking sewing class so they know how to sew.
Yeah.
Let them build their identity just on some fucking capabilities.
Solely
they have grandparents that love them. Every morning they have eggs.
Yeah, focus on making them contributors to society. Contributors. Just that.
At least Jiggy Josh, this is good. This is good. I like this. Evil is profoundly immoral and wicked.
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to go down that path, then teach your kid. If you want to indoctrinate your kid in some sort of really basic moralities. But I don't know about wicked. You know, by indoctrinating them with morals, treat people the way you want to be treated. That's a good one to give your kid. Have your kid build his identity in that.
Treat others how you want to be treated. The golden rule.
Anyway, not hating on Candace at all. Love her. She's a fucking powerhouse. She's, in my book, she's a 10 out of 10 still. But that doesn't, what you're doing is you're speaking, you're trying to rally the base using those types of words, and you're not giving people the tools to defend themselves. Basically, she's telling people who are listening to that, you're right, don't worry, I got your back, but they still don't walk away with any tools.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of spinning the hamster wheel. The other thing too, I was just thinking
do unto others. Thank you. That's prettier. Do unto others as you would like them to do to you. Is that it?
And I think it should go one step beyond that, because sometimes we get caught up in this moral thing of just how we should behave towards others. But then there's also how we should behave to ourselves. So if you're going to be a morally correct person or a virtuous person, I also think that it shouldn't just stop of how I treat or what I do with other people, but it should also be how am I continuing to advance myself in logic and reason and mathematics and understanding the scientific method and all that, because then you could continue to be a contributor to others around you. If it just stops by being a good person, that's when we conflate all this other shit and we could do really harmful things to people under the guise of being a morally good person. But then if you look one step deeper and say, well, how does this logically make sense? And how are these people that were, helping, how is this going to contribute to society as a whole? And how is this going to contribute to making them more personal responsibility and be able to contribute to themselves in those same subjects? Right. Not just, I'm doing it because we're a good person.
Right, just regurgitating.
It's just, yeah. And I'm having so much fun, but I have to go to Hayward now.
Let's do 313. Let me just do this last one. Do you have 2 minutes?
Yeah.
As I recall, this one, I didn't even know how to process this one. A rare moment in my life. Okay.
Oh,
watch
shit.
This. Oh, yeah. I need you to see this. I don't know what to say about this. This is from Get With The Programming. That's the podcast that Chase Ingram and Bill Grunler do. This was posted on their Instagram yesterday. These are two extremely powerful, talented, athletic human beings, but I don't know how to process this. We have the medic, Caleb, and the affiliate owner, Matthew Souza, to give us their analysis. 319 pounds. Oh, my God. 406 pounds. 440, 440 pounds.
1, 2, 3, up.
Yeah, the way Susan touched his face says it all. Okay. Caleb, you go first. What do you got? What comes off top of your head?
Job security.
Super impressed. When I watched it the first time, I don't think I watched it with audio, and I was really impressed that they didn't have like any. It didn't look like they were making any like they weren't mouthing any like countdown. Now watching it again, I noticed that the guy was like 1, 2, 3, go. But also impressive that somebody else is telling them to go, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, let's fucking do it." I would not do that myself, but
yeah, that's where I'm
cool.
stuck. I'm stuck. I want to call them fucking idiots, but I can't because I'm so fucking profoundly impressed with them. I mean, people riding a unicycle crossing a fucking slack line 50 feet off the ground. I mean, I don't know, man. I saw Susan grab his face. Would you allow that in your affiliate?
No, not at all. It's not a fucking circus act. I'm not. It is very impressive, but just like you said, I wouldn't allow somebody to throw a slack line up and start to do their strict press while standing on a slack line. I think that stuff is cool in the sense that like they obviously are very advanced in their lifting and could make that happen. But no, I'm not even a fan of partner deadlifts at all.
Yeah, I don't like any.
I'm not a fan of partner deadlifts at the gym. I mean, I could get it why you would program it for a team workout in a competition, but at the gym, it's like, what are you really here to do? Is it a circus act, or are you just here to just get a nice sweat on and like go about your day without?
That was so fucking impressive. Look at what Katie Singer says. This is good. The next time my dad says I'm gonna get hurt lifting, I'm gonna show him this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Those ladies are impressive. I don't know who they are, but I didn't see any flaws in their shit either. They looked explosive and aggressive as all get out.
Crazy how in sync they were. Like it was almost identical reps on both sides.
Yeah.
I know you kind of had to be, but like they were both moving in sync the entire time.
Yep. Super impressive, but no way is that happening at my gym.
All right. Thank you, Susan.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I'll call you later. How long is your drive right now?
It should be about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll call you when we get off the show. Okay.
Adios. Bye, guys.
Bye. Call her. Hi.
Subscribe.
Hey, what's up?
Please.
Hi. Was that you in the video?
Did what?
Was that you in the video?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Oh, you look strong.
Thanks. I just have a random observation about the show that something that I think makes the quality of conversation higher or more elevated than other conversations is that you see everything as a case study. So you bring up all these different scenarios. It could be the smallest situation in life, from your own life, or maybe you pull it up from Instagram, and then you kind of enter the situation and you're a fly on the wall, and you ask good questions about it, and like, should have that person have done that, or how would you react to that? And it just, I think seeing everything as a case study is just like a really good way to gain wisdom in life, is what I've found. And I end up doing this with my friends all the time, where I like make every conversation a case study, and it probably annoys them sometimes. But just something I heard one time was like, if to define wisdom or whatever is to hold, if you're holding two things in both hands, they could be opposing things. But then you look at them both and you're evaluating them both at the same time. And I see this show do that a lot, and it just elevates the conversation, just to make everything a case study. You get to see a situation, through like a experimental lens. And so next time you encounter a situation that's similar, you have all that in your tool belt the next time, and you're like, oh, I've thought about this. I've thought through this. And so I just think it's cool. And just an observation I had, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? The best conversations are ones that make everything a case study. So just a random observation for you guys.
I like what you're saying. I also don't want to be one of those people who plays devil's advocate just for the sake of being devil's advocate. Yeah,
that can be problematic sometimes, or just kind of annoying. But I think it's fun just to enter situations and kind of explore, what is right and wrong, or what's the best action. Because every situation is different. We always tend to want to move towards black and white solutions that it's like, oh, I can implement this like a formula for everything moving forward. And it's like, it rarely works like that in life. You have to kind of take every situation differently and I don't know, figure out how you're going to make choices in each unique situation. I don't know.
I kind of would be. I like what you're saying. I would be really happy if people, after they were done listening to the show, felt that their life got a little bit lighter after every show, so that like we were able to talk about things and be like, you know what, that doesn't have to be so important. Like to be freed from some sort of judgment.
Yeah. I think that's related for sure.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you. Very, very
You're welcome.
Nice observation. I'll probably ride that one out for a few hours.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to give you something to write out. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I thought she was going to say, you three are so handsome. And it's just like I just turned the volume off and stare at you guys. Seriously thought she was going to say that.
I don't think anybody would want to do that to me.
I live in a delusional world. Oh my goodness. Sevi, Tetlow or Mertens this weekend. I don't know anything about that. I don't know shit. I heard about that last week. I thought it was happening last week. These guys don't tell me shit.
They're live streaming. They're live streaming an event, but like Mertens and Tetlow are going to compete in their own respective gyms.
Yeah.
And they're going to live stream it, and Hiller and Brian are going to commentate it. And they're just going to like announce the workout right as they all get on, and then they'll just do it. And then whoever wins gets money.
And it's going to be shown on.
I think it's going to be on Hiller's YouTube channel.
Okay, I can't wait to. What time? I don't know shit. I talk to Hiller 5 times a day. I don't know shit about this. Brian hasn't told me. This is Wad Zombie. Nick's doing this. Wad Zombie's doing this.
Yeah, he's setting it all up.
I do know about it. Come on, Sevan. I don't know. I heard once something about it. I saw a post you made where you talked about the inspiration for it. I never see anyone's posts because I can't scroll. I'm too busy in my DMs, fucking around in my DMs. Wad Zombie, today I can finally announce something I've been working towards for a while. Fit Wars. It will be live online, YouTube streamed event featuring 2 athletes from their home affiliates. Similar to the open announcements, they will find out the workout. They will find out what the workout is on the spot and go head to head to see who wins. I'm very fortunate to have so many amazing people bringing this together and making it a reality. Andrew Hiller and Brian Friend have programmed the workout and will be doing the live commentary. Colton has always been on board with any type of challenge, and it was a delight to get to know Scott and find out he is the same way. I am hoping that this will showcase athletes in a more personal setting and offer more opportunities for them to earn money. I can't wait to see you all in the chat on the live show. I hope you enjoyed the event. And then the dates over there. Sunday, December 18th.
Sunday.
Yes. So it's 4 days away, and it's 2 athletes go head to head, 1 unknown workout. And wow, that's a horrible picture of Andrew Hiller. That's cool. That's awesome. I really, he looks, Andrew Hiller does he have a shirt on in that photo? Maybe that's why I thought it was bad, because he has a shirt on.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Oh, 10 a.m. for the West Coast crew. Okay. Oh, you called in about it last week? And we have a leak for the workout. The workout's been leaked. Workout is first person to touch a 6-foot target wins. Wow. Hey, I will maybe I can call JR and Taylor, and we can commentate it and compete with those 2 who are commentating it. You know what I mean? On my channel. So you just turn the volume off on that one. And yeah, that's cool. Wow, that's going to be really cool. Hey, I can't think of that. That's 2 great athletes they chose, Mertens and Tetlow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
We haven't seen much from Colton other than his pig farm and beagle thing. So it'll be interesting to see what he's been up to.
All right. Yeah, I'm pumped. I pick Colton Mertens for the win.
Me too. Sorry.
Not only for the win, but easy win. Travis, hi.
Going on, dude.
Hey.
So I'm gonna speak for Wad Zombie because I know he won't call in. So Fit Wars was all inspired by you had Hopper on the show, and
Who?
you had made the comment about you had Hopper on the show.
I don't even know who that is, but okay. I don't remember him.
Yeah, I know. For guy formerly known as Jason Hopper.
Oh, him. Yes, I remember when he used to come on the show and return my text. Yes.
Yeah, wasn't that was a long time ago?
Yes.
No, you had him on, and you said, "Wouldn't it be hilarious if Colton Mertens, or you just showed up at Colton Mertens' house, or Colton showed up at his house or something, and threw down?" So that inspired this whole Fit Wars thing.
Yeah, that was a fucking. I liked that clip. When I watched that, I actually thought I was funny in it. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm funny." And I saw what a curmudgeon.
Very good.
I saw what a curmudgeon Brian was. The whole thing made me so happy. And now Brian's commentating it.
Exactly.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I had commented yesterday. We were talking about it in the chat, and I said it'd be hilarious for the Sevan crew to do live commentary on top of the live stream that's going on.
I would just like to commentate on Hiller and Brian. We'll do an evaluation.
Exactly.
Maybe Taylor and JR and I will do an evaluation of Hiller and Brian's commentary.
You do a recap show. There you go. Go on right after it and do a whole recap.
Okay, I will definitely be watching. Maybe Sunday morning prior to it, I'll even do I'll have to figure it out. I'll talk to the boys, and we'll figure out maybe we will do a pre-show and have Scott and Colton on, and find out.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. What? It's at 10 a.m. So maybe maybe Sunday. Let me see if we have anyone scheduled for Sunday morning. No, nothing.
You always have somebody.
No, we're good. Yeah, nothing on Sunday. Maybe Sunday morning.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll do a pre-show with Hiller, Brian, JR, Taylor, John. Oh, maybe just me and John Young. That would be fun. Just talk. Or
Taylor and Brian will be busy getting
how
ready.
about just Taylor and John Young, and we just destroy Colton and Tetlow?
There you go.
All right.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Talk to you later.
If you need to get your CEO shirts over at vindicate.com. Vindicate.com. Hi, caller.
Hey, so I was just calling in about the Fit War stuff because I think it's a really cool idea. And I actually found CrossFit because of Hunter McIntyre. I've been following him since like his Spartan race stuff. And kind of what propelled him to like fame, so to speak, in the OCR world is just how he basically just trash talk everybody. I mean, he'd call people out. He was like just this kind of larger than life character, a lot like Conor McGregor for the UFC. And I was wondering, do you foresee or could you see this Fit War idea propelling CrossFit to the next level, kind of like Zalos, because it would really just bring some of the characters into the spotlight a little bit more and maybe give them a chance for their individuality. I'm not sure that's the word, to shine, and which is also what your show kind of does. And sorry, that's a long question, but
no, I hear you. And it's funny. That's what I thought. A 2-hour podcast doesn't have the reach of a 30-second clip. If Colton were to say, if he were to post something saying, this is a fun event, but let's get real. Tetlow's not a games athlete, and I am, and so this is really fucking just a walk in the park for me. Like if he were to say that and make that a 30-second clip, that would fire shit up, right? That would definitely fire shit up, as opposed to a 2-hour podcast where we don't even really talk shit, but you find out that, what you get there is you get the emotional appeal of the character. You realize, holy fuck, Colton works 10 hours a day and trains on either end of those hard days, fucking working in pig shit. And that's obviously the appeal to him now, right? Or how well he handles the short jokes. Like that, basically all of that is him making himself more appealing to us. I don't think anyone will do that, but fuck, there's opportunity for it for sure. And it would be interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to it. This community is a trip though. They might get really in the beginning it would be really hard for someone to break that, but once they did, because people would be like, that's not what CrossFit's about. CrossFit's about community and this and that, and
right.
It would get it's interesting. Yeah, it's a valid point. I would like to see see someone try it, especially if it comes natural to them. I don't think Conor McGregor's putting on a show. I mean, he's putting on a show, but I think that's who he is.
Yeah, and I mean, same for Hunter.
Yeah. That is who Hunter is. Either I don't think Hunter's putting on like all those silly, funny. I mean, Hunter's Instagram is killing it now, and I don't. Yeah. Even though it's an act, I think like he really enjoys that. Like he feels comfortable. He's himself most when he's acting, and so there's an authenticity you feel from it.
Yeah, kind of a follow up to that is, Ricky Gerard already kind of has this like villain persona in the community, and I was wondering, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea for his brand to, like, if he just leaned into that and started becoming that guy, or maybe it's a horrible idea, but
he's so not a villain though.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's I don't think it would be sincere from him. I mean, he's like, that dude's cool as shit. Like if someone would be like, what Games athlete do you want to go to the beach with and play frisbee with? I'd be like, Ricky Gerard. You know what I mean?
It'd be like listening to Aljamain Sterling talk shit.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone, let me think who would be a good shit talker.
Vellner.
Yeah, Vellner could do it without the shit getting stuck to him. He's good at talking shit without seeming nasty. But I'm trying to think of what athlete, if there's any athletes I know that just really do have a kind of a chip. I could see it more coming from the girls.
Yeah, like Danielle Brandon. I mean, everyone would kind of think of.
Yeah, I could see Danielle Brandon saying something like, hey, it's time for Sarah Sigmund's daughter to step down. Let's get fucking real.
Yeah.
And then boom, then we have him on Fit Wars.
Maybe even Laura.
Let's just say it to Laura. Danielle Brandon.
No, I think Laura would be good at it too. If you just quick quips.
Maybe, yeah. What guys? Is there any guys out there in the group who are just nasty? I'd have to see their.
I bet Hopper's pretty good at talking shit.
Yeah, but
nobody will let him.
You're right. He's a puppy dog. I mean, fuck, if Taylor makes it to the big stage, Taylor talks some nasty shit.
Taylor's self is nasty.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor, I could see Taylor winning an event, at the CrossFit Games, and someone being like, hey, good job. And he's like, I fucking compete against idiots. I don't know how much of that had to do with me. I mean, I could totally see him saying that, No, Ben Smith. Yeah, Ben Smith doesn't have a dark side. These guys, we haven't seen these guys dark. I don't know. Oh, I like Lazar Jukic slamming his belt down the other day. Lazar Jukic, he's a nice guy, but I appreciate that belt slam. I could see maybe a little John McEnroe kicking shit around. I could have seen like maybe Lazar when he got waved in early or whatever happened with the bike event at the games, him just pick up his bike and fucking throw it at the Zeus. I'm down with that, little John McEnroe. Yeah. Hey, you're right. It would be great for the sport. It would be great for it.
Cool. Well, appreciate you guys taking my call.
I hung out with Ryan Fisher yesterday. Great dude. Fucking love him. Really, it was a sincere, heartfelt, deep talk. We talked for an hour. Is good. And he even said that, that incident that he had at the 2017, and he's very successful now. Very, 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 very successful training program. And he said that incident that he had at the 2017 regional where he got into it with that ref, he said that catapulted him. He said, like in hindsight, maybe that was, that got me more followers than I would have gotten if I just would have went to the game. So maybe Travis Mayer needs to be caught walking out of a brothel. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Liver King's kind of, I feel like he's just getting talked about everywhere. So maybe, and maybe like the supposedly like bad media or whatever is actually good because it's still attention. So yeah, I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about, and you guys know the players in the game better than anyone, so I just want to call in and ask. But I think the Fit Wars is awesome, and thanks for what y'all do.
Are you doing High Rocks?
I've thought about it, but I am not. I have 2 kids, so I just
God, you
time
sound
management.
so young. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm relatively young. I'm 27.
Holy shit.
So yeah,
Are you still married?
We weren't. Oh yeah.
God.
Married. She's incredible.
You're a
but
Christian. You're a Christian. You're a Christian.
Yeah. How'd you guess?
Oh, that's all I can tell because you sound nice and you're married.
Point them all out. It's so easy.
It's not the 2 kids by 27. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, keep doing the right thing, brother. You sound like a great guy.
I appreciate it. Well, y'all are great, and thanks again. So Take care.
Have a good one, brother.
Someone wanted to know what I think about. Someone in the comments said, "What do you think about?" Maybe play 307, and then we'll call it a show. I don't know what the obsession is with drag queens. I do not know why the left has chosen drag queens. Yeah. Joe Biden invited this drag queen to the White House to witness his signing of the new gay marriage bill. Hey, dude, that just shows how fucking dumb they are. Gay people do not want to be fucking affiliated with most gay people do not want to be affiliated with this stuff. I bet you, to tell you the truth, I bet you most drag queens don't want to be affiliated with this stuff. Their whole shit's been turned upside down. Drag queen used to. Everyone knows what a drag queen is for, right? It's like you go somewhere and it's a dude who's dressed up as a woman who's like got, makes it kind of it's a vaudeville act. And they do stuff that's like only for adults. Like show their ass, maybe show their penis, dance around. It has nothing to do with marriage. Dude, marriage is I don't even know what non-binary means. What the fuck does that word even mean? More bullshit. Marriage is my biased opinion, but marriage is like trying to win the Super Bowl of relationships. Marriage is the pinnacle of relationships, and there's a ton of value in having relationships. Strong, healthy relationships. Basically, what you're doing is you're forcing yourself into a situation to go as deep as you can with another human being by getting along with them, by always facing them. It's like always looking in the mirror with another human being. And it has nothing to do with being has nothing to do with drag queens or being fake or being gay or straight. It's the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle of what you can do with another human being. It's stepping into the game. A lot of people fail. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy. But it's like the ultimate relationship game if you're up for it. And then if you have kids, you even have more on the line. So do you want to don't get into the relationship for the wrong reasons because you don't want to die alone or you're afraid to be by yourself or because your parents think you should get married or because you want to have kids or that's not why you get in a relationship. That's not why you get married. You get in a relationship because at that level because you're up for the biggest game of relationships. And then you have to figure out and relationships are very, very deep. They're the deepest thing that you can do while you're here on planet Earth, face to face with another human being. Would you want to be trapped on an island with that person? Can you do it? What can you let go? Anyway, I don't get the obsession with drag queens. I almost think it's just to say fuck you. I feel like it's just a temper tantrum that they're having. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Maybe we'll just put the word I mean, if we use Candace's word evil, it's not it doesn't fit. It's like selling soda pop at the hospital. It's as dumb as fucking having drag queens be celebrating something like that is as dumb as serving soda pop at the hospital cafeteria and chips and shit. It's just, and I'm not saying the drag queens can't get married. They can, but that's not, they're not, it's not going together. A drag queen is a kind of a celebration in the opposite direction. A drag queen is like the one time a year you get drunk on your birthday. The drag queen is that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's way out on an extreme. I don't know. I don't understand it. It sucks that kids are being drugged into it. It really sucks that kids are being drugged into it. It sucks that gay people are being drugged into it. It just sucks. All those people getting their shit twisted up for someone's bizarre fucking agenda. Okay, well, if you want to talk about drag queens, sorry, one more thing. You got one more thing? This is fucking absolutely nuts. I know you guys have heard this story. I can tell you again. This drag queen was put in charge of our nuclear waste and worked for the Biden administration. This dude. Gender fluid, that means nothing to me, gender fluid. Everyone's gender fluid, you jackass. Gender fluid Biden officials, Sam Brinton, in second luggage theft allegation. This fucking guy fucking
looks like
stole.
Matt Damon.
Oh, wow. Wow, Caleb. Wow. Holy shit.
That's fucked me up now.
Wow. 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 That is Matt Damon. Oh my God. It is fucking Matt Damon. Dude, that is Matt Damon, dude. That is Matt Damon. Let me read that story. Let me see. Can you go back up again? I need to read
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
It's okay. Official report, gender fluid Biden official Matt Damon and second luggage theft allegation. So the reason why people who are in power have to, like, they can't cheat on their wives, or they can't be like thieves, or like they have to be on this moral high ground, your officials, is because then if anyone finds out they're doing something fucked up, they can leverage that against them. So you have a guy who obviously has a ton of fucking weird shit going on, with a ton of weird shit in his closet. By closet, I mean stuff he's hidden away that he doesn't want the world to know about.
And these dresses.
Clearly some mental issues, right? Starved for some kind of weird attention. Something's going on. But is also a thief at airports. Dude, let me tell you something. If you've been caught twice stealing luggage, and it's expensive luggage he stole. I saw it was like a $3,500 piece of luggage he stole. If you get caught stealing luggage twice at the airport, do you know how many times you've stolen luggage? I mean, dude, this guy's stolen 100 fucking pieces of luggage. Matt Damon
Easily.
Yeah, I agree. It is. I don't want to be mean, but yeah, it just screams mental illness. I would go into it. God, his mom hated him as a kid, for sure. No
doubt.
For sure, 100%.
Probably wishes she had a daughter.
Hey, and what's crazy is she may have expressed it as in love. Do you know what I mean? Like, as she's beating him, she's telling him how much she loves him or some shit. Yeah, something. Yeah, all this is a trauma response. Yeah, crazy. Yes. It's not yet true. Good point. That's this is this guy's second time stealing, and he only steals women's luggage, and he's in charge of our nuclear waste, the country's nuclear waste.
He is nuclear waste.
What's that bottom? Was that? Look at the Instagram. Did you pull up both clips? Oh yeah. Biden's nuclear waste guru out of. Oh, so he lost his job.
Good.
Ladies, I got to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
That looks like Patrick Bet-David.
From the bottom of my fucking heart, and I haven't talked to any other men about this. Don't overdo the red lipstick. We do not find it attractive. It's more attractive on this guy than it is on you guys. I'm not even lying. dear ladies out there, please go easy on the red lipstick. What we really like is just some lip gloss that makes your lips kind of shine, like when the light hits it. We love the original color of your lips. We love your lips. Maybe just some lip gloss to highlight it, a little eyeliner. You don't got to do no crazy shit. You put that red shit on, we start thinking we're staring at a bamboo. What's that? What's the name of that monkey? Not a
Baboon.
Baboon. We think we're staring at a baboon's ass. You know, like those red shiny asses they got.
Yeah.
Okay, we got off subject there a second. Back to the fucking wingnut who's in charge of our nuclear waste. I don't know. I don't like anything that if I notice you've done something to yourself, I don't like it. So like, God, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. So Hiller's put out some videos of his girlfriend, and I think she has breast implants, and I don't notice them. I'm not like, oh, look, there's her breast implants. So I don't care. They look nice to me. But if you got breast implants and they're so fucking taut that they look like I look at them and they're like hurting me, no. If I see your lips and I think you look like the Joker from Batman, like I don't want to hear my brain turn on. It's like I don't want to look at you like I'm looked at, like, you know, when you see a guy who only has one arm and you look back again, or you see those people who had that, like, what's that called? What's that thing where people only have like a little hand hanging out of their elbow? They took a injection. Their mom took an injection when she was pregnant.
Oh yeah, like an extra limb or something.
Yeah, what's that called? They gave it to women in the. It was some injection they gave women and it deformed their babies. It starts with an F or a PH. What is that?
Polymelia.
No, Oh yes, thank you, Kat. Yes, God, you're smart as shit. Thalidomide.
Thalidomide.
Yes. Thalidomide. Thank you. Thalidomide. Yes. Thalidomide babies. Yes. I knew I'd get it with a little help from many people. When I see a thalidomide baby, I get it. My brain sees you. You have no arm, but you have a hand coming out of your shoulder. And I look twice. If you're doing something that's cosmetic, that's jolting me like that, I don't like it. Who cares how you spelled it? Fuck it. You're genius.
At least you knew what it was.
Yeah. You're
Shit's over here.
You still get a 10 out of 10. You get to keep your job. Oh shit. I saw a note from my boss. Oh no. Are we going to meet Sarah? Okay. Oh shit, already I'm getting intel about morning chocolate. Wow. No shit. No shit. Wow. Thank you. I'm gonna have to confirm, get a second source on that. I'll tell you when we're off the air.
All right.
That's good news. I got fired. Not again. No, I'm going to I'm supposed to hang out with Sarah at 9:15. And I'm going with our mutual friend Paul, who was on the show. It's 9:02. Yeah, you can't. I don't know what's going on with our government. How did that guy get in charge of nuclear waste? I'm trying to get Phil Toon to come on the show. I think now is a good time for Phil Toon to come on the show, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't steal women's luggage. Our government officials have to be good people. That's the thing. Like we need good people. Okay, I don't think South Susan. Oh, okay. You guys want to finish on something strong? This is Southern Sudan's president. So those of you who feel bad that we have Joe Biden as our president, I want you to see Southern Sudan's president. He's the guy with the cowboy hat. And I want you to look at his pants. This is during his fucking inauguration. This is his inauguration. That's him right there. Now look at him. He's getting sworn into the office of the president of Southern Sudan. Look at his pants.
Oh.
Look down by his left leg.
Oh, buddy.
Look, he looked down at it.
Oh, no.
And then the camera pans away. That guy just fucking wet himself at his own inauguration.
And look at the beautiful sky.
Salva Kiir is his name or something.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So there's that. That should make you feel better about.
I mean, to be honest, he probably doesn't, but
he's got a diaper.
Just don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, Biden probably does it, but they just never show him on camera anymore.
Didn't Joe Biden crap his pants in front of the Pope, or is that a baseless rumor? Anything's possible.
Well, Putin pooped his pants too. Putin.
Did he?
Yeah, supposedly. I'm pretty sure he has like cancer or something.
Putin?
Yeah, or has some illness.
Oh no! Wow. Biden recently pissed his pants too. No shit.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
you did too recently.
Yeah, it's such a far walk to get to the bathroom.
Oh, he shit his pants in front of the Queen? Sevan, have you never been close to pop your pants when DC been rough with you? No. No. The last time I shit my pants, I've shit my pants twice in my life. One time I was living in my car and it was like 5 a.m. I had to take a shit. I didn't make it. And then the time before that was like when I was 5 or 6 or 4. Those are my only 2. All right. Great show. Thank you guys. Caleb, thank you. Matt Souza, thank you. Will Brandstetter, thank you. Corey on the fringe of the team, hanging out. He's like, we're the camp, and he's like one of the wolves circling, trying to get our scraps. Corey, you the man. Thanks for calling in every morning. Jen McDonald, thank you. Clydesdale Media, thank you. Am I forgetting someone? Paper Street Coffee, Vindicate. And of course,
California Hormones.
Okay, guys. We will see you. Tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm traveling all day. And then tomorrow night I'm going to, after sitting in the car for 7 hours, I'm going to do a show in the evening with J.R. Howell and Mr. Taylor Self himself. We'll be talking about the Legends programming. Save it, Jeremy. Don't forget your story. Do not forget.